Beyond the Mic with Sean Dillon.
We're joined on the Starline by a man who's not shy about dying on camera at all. You've seen him in Black Hawk Down, Star Trek, and Troy. Australia's biggest acting export is now in Force of Nature, The Dry 2. Director, actor, we welcome Eric Bana.
Morning, Sean. How you doing?
Absolutely great, Eric. Let's go Beyond the Mic. In the trailer, you say, quote, "Down here, nature holds us all to account," unquote. Why was it important for you to return for the crime drama sequel?
Oh, it was an amazing opportunity after making the first one, The Dry. We knew there was a follow-up book, but we didn't really take it too seriously because it's very rare to do sequels or follow-ups in independent cinema. And The Dry was this huge hit, and it gave us the opportunity to take up this second novel. And I just love the role of Aaron Falk. I love a whodunit. I love a mystery. I love trying to solve a crime. So, it was a great opportunity to get this one.
It's not easy for your character, Aaron Falk. How easy or difficult was it for you to relate to the darkness of his backstory?
Yeah, so some of that's in the book, and some of it Rob came up with, our director, to just kind of, we love having flashbacks in these films and having dual timelines, and just sort of adds something to the character and it sort of richens the backstory beyond what was in the original books.
What makes Anna, Robin, and the rest of the crew so special to you?
I thought the writing in the book of the five women who, the basic storyline is they go into a corporate retreat, a team building exercise, and they get lost in the bush, and one of them is my informant. And the way Jane Harper writes these characters, they're so individual and they're so strong and they're so very, very different from each other. And I think the audience will insert themselves into that group. They'll be like, which person would I be most like? What would I be like if I was lost in the bush and it's freezing cold?
Eric Bana from Force of Nature, The Dry 2, joins us Beyond the Mic. And Eric, it's time for the Rockin' 88 random questions. Answer with the first thing that comes to mind. There's no pressure. What's the one thing your wife depends on you to do?
Almost everything? No. Anything outside. Anything outside.
I'm not going to get you in trouble. You are a Moto Grand Prix fan. Favorite bike you've ever owned?
Favorite bike I've ever owned, I still own it. I have a 1990 Ducati 851 SP3. Very rare, very beautiful.
Where's the one place in Australia that you cherish more than anyone will ever understand?
Close to where we film this, but the High Country. It's called the High Country in Victoria.
Who is your favorite co-star of all time?
Ooh, that's a tough one, because this is one that's going to come back and bite me, isn't it? I tell you what, there's a few times people have brought up the time traveler's wife today doing interviews, so it's, Rachel McAdams would be up there.
Interesting. How about the first car you ever bought was what, and you still have it?
It was a 1974 Ford Falcon Coupe. I nicknamed it the Beast, and I still own it. I bought it when I was 15. And I actually made a documentary about it some years ago called Love the Beast. And yes, I've still got my first car.
Who's the one person you will always ask for advice that isn't a business partner?
Definitely my wife. She's the best. She's the smartest.
You've cheered the Australian Olympic team over the years. What's your favorite summer Olympic event? I
do really just like the athletics. So I do like watching the sprinting. Basketball as well is always fun to watch at the Olympics.
What's the last scary movie you went to see?
Oh, you got me now. You got me now, Sean. It's the last one it's been a while. I was in one a little while ago called Deliver Us from Evil. That might have been the last one that I saw in a theater.
It's okay. It's time for the back half with Eric Bana. He is in Force of Nature, The Dry 2, and he joins us Beyond the Mic. Which role of yours didn't get the love you wanted it to?
Well, it's hard to know, get a handle on which ones aren't loved as much as you thought. But there's a film I did a few years back called The Forgiven that's set in South Africa in a maximum security prison that not a lot of people have seen, that I think is a very, very interesting film with myself and Forrest Whitaker. So I'd put that up there.
How long would it take you to say yes if someone offered you to do a movie with William Fichtner and Kim Coates?
13 seconds.
That long?
Yeah. 6 seconds thinking about working with Coatsy, 7 seconds thinking about Bill Fichtner. You know, yeah, maybe 13 seconds, maybe less. I just had dinner with Bill Fichtner last night.
Why should people watch Force of Nature, The Dry 2?
It's a great whodunit. It's a great thriller. It's set in an incredible landscape, and if you can't be bothered flying to Australia, we can save you some time and we can transport you there by watching this film.
It's time for One Big Question with Eric Bana in Force of Nature, The Dry 2. I'm a fan of the Cleveland Browns. What would you give up forever if your beloved AFL St. Kilda Saints would just win one championship?
So it would have to be something dear to me, wouldn't it? I mean, I couldn't just say, I'll give up chili if I'm not a big chili lover.
Would you give up your Falcon?
Oh, where do you come from, Sean? Do you know what? Okay, that is a very fair question, and the answer is, I think I would.
You do it! Wow!
That's how much it would mean to me.
He loves acting with Rachel McAdams, and he wants you to go see Force of Nature, The Dry 2. Eric Bana, thanks for taking the time to talk with us today.
It was great to talk to you. Thanks, Sean.
And that, my friends, is a Beyond the Mic shortcut. If you're enjoying these conversations, please check out another Beyond the Mic episode to find more actors, artists, and people you need to know. We'd also appreciate a like and subscribe on the Good Pods app.